This is the 2024 Subaru WRX TR, and it pays homage to the original WRX TR launched in 2006 as a stripped-down minimalist trim offering. TR back then stood for tuner ready, but this new one is not so stripped down. So today I'm going to test it and see if it's worth those extra dollars. So it's impressive that Subaru is still producing this turbocharged all-wheel drive manual sedan when most other manufacturers are concentrating on either EVs or awful crossovers. Sadly for the European market though, they lost this car in 2018. But there are a few manual all-wheel drive, one front-wheel drive, sporty little cars that you can still buy. The Honda Civic Type R is the front driver with a stick shift, the Golf R all-wheel drive stick shift, and then of course the Toyota Corolla GR. Now this one, you might consider it to be an STI Lite. Don't get too excited because this one has no more power under the hood. We'll get to that in a moment. But what exactly is the TR WRX? So the brakes are the biggest upgrade on this TR. You get 6-piston calipers at the front and 2-piston calipers at the rear. The rotors are also larger. These by an inch, so these are now 13.4. The rears are about 1.4 inches larger, now 12.8. You get these 245/35 Bridgestone summer tires. They're actually pretty good so far on these 19-inch rims. And of course, you can tell your TR from the standard cars. Got these bright red painted calipers. Subaru has also tinkered with the suspension. The spring rates are now 5% stiffer, and they've recalibrated the steering for better feel. Inside you get these ultra suede trimmed Recaro seats, and it's the only manual transmission WRX that gets these seats. So to save weight, you'll notice that there's no sunroof. The gods are definitely smiling on me there. The TR weighs within a couple of pounds of a manual transmission WRX Limited. Curb weight is around 3,400 pounds. So no real change on the exterior. It still has this squared off plastic cladding. At the front you get the standard Subaru front, the hood scoop, and no TR badges at the rear. It's also got a really nice quad exhaust setup. So it's a shame that Subaru does not offer this car in a hatchback. They used to, and unfortunately you take a hit on practicality. However, you still do get about 12.9 cubic feet of space here and a little bit more space below this carpet, and there's no spare because these are run flats. So under the hood you get the familiar 2.4 litre Boxer 4. It's good for 271 horsepower, 258 foot-pounds of torque. So as I said earlier, no change there, but it is a TR, so that means it's tuner ready and you can do your own tuning and get more power. Obviously drives all four wheels through a 6-speed manual transmission. So how much is it? So a manual WRX limited trim will cost you around $39,000. An automatic GT with the Recaro seats is around $44,000. This one is $42,215. It's quite a lot because a base Subaru WRX will cost you a little bit more than $32,000. So inside it is typically Subaru. If you're familiar with Subarus, you'll know exactly what they're like. These new seats though, they're pretty good. They're pretty comfortable. They hold you in. They've got good bolstering as well as here. One thing they are missing though, lumbar support. Just a small thing, but they are a little flat in the back. So give me fixed lumbar or give me a control so I can adjust it with power. That's the only miss that I can see as far as the seats are concerned. And then clutch is in the right place. You got a good footrest, and the gear change isn't too bad either. A little notchy, but not too bad. And then of course you get a real handbrake. So it's got Subaru's latest and greatest software. It's not too bad. It's not the fastest system, and I wish it was not portrait. I find some of these portrait ones look sort of large and ugly in the dash. Even though this has been integrated nicely into the dash, I'd prefer it to be landscape. Other than that, it's not bad. It'll display your maps by TomTom. You got a home button here. Everything in here is all touch, which is unbelievably annoying. Sync, AC, heating. It's got heated seats but not cooled seats. Generally good, but I want some physical buttons, please. Below that you get all sorts of power, including the old 3.5 jack and a couple of USBs, one fast, one slightly slower, and then the old 12-volt 6-speed manual with a weird little collar to pull up to get it into reverse. So behind that you get a couple of cup holders. They're in use with the keys and my phone. There is no wireless charger in this car, and then a tiny little bit of storage space and another 12-volt in the back. So as the driver, you've got a mix of digital and analog gauges. I have turned off the lane assist piece because it's a little bit aggressive and it messes with the steering. In the middle you've got your digital, you've got turbo boost gauge, which is nice, and then your mileage, odometer, trip, etc., and then your speedo on the right hand side plus a little speedo in the middle. Alright, so let's take it for a drive. We are going to test it on a little mini rally course. So some of it is going to be blacktop, some of it is going to be off-road, gravelly type. Let's see how the Subaru WRX TR goes. Really pulls well. The clutch is good too. Apparently these tires are brand new. This car was on the track a week ago and they switched the tires out. Really nice clutch gear change combo. You can get a short shift kit for this car. Oh man, this thing is sublime, and the steering very, very precise. It's got a little old school feel to it. A little harder on the suspension, although 5% isn't a lot. This is a decently technical little bit of road here, but so much grip, and the all-wheel drive system just unbelievable. .6,000 RPMs on the red line. Loves to rev for a turbo. Got a hard 90-degree right-hander here. Second gear. Oh my god, this thing just goes around. Oops, hit the rev limiter. Got to watch that. And these bigger brakes definitely pay dividends. You can definitely brake later. No complaints from the Bridgestones so far, which I'm kind of pleased with. I really want to find a set of Bridgestones that I actually like. Maybe these are it. All right, so pavement ends 500 feet. We're going to get to some dirt, and we're going to see how that goes. Little back end action there. Flick the tail out just a little bit. This is so good. Drive a little bit slower through here because we've got some residences out here in the wild. We don't want to cause them any distress here. It feels so smooth on this tarmac. so much grip. Engine sounds so good too. It's always sounded great. Very typical Subaru engine. Now, having driven it for a few minutes here, hard on the brakes. The brakes are really, really good. Having driven it for a few minutes, I think it needs more power. This chassis is incredible. It's so good. It really is good. Into sixth, which is not really an overdrive. It's still, they're all fairly closely spaced ratios, and we are flying. I knew this car was going to be good. I mean, these brakes help, the stiffer suspension, but I knew I was going to want more power. I mean, it's fast, but it's just not quite there. But it's very well controlled, beautiful in the turns. It's absolutely rock solid. So what do we think? Well, I'm still disappointed that Subaru hasn't given us an STI version of this car, as I'm sure countless other people are as well. But this TR version of the WRX, in my opinion, is the best version of the WRX so far. There is one slight downside, and that's the existence of the Toyota Corolla GR. It's got more power. Yeah, the inside is made up of scaffolding, but it definitely has more power. So Subaru, give me 300 horsepower in this WRX, and that will definitely put a smile on my face. Once again, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time with another video.